Yes, it's that time again. That time of the day where you're insanely fucking bored and you go, what's Ned posted lately on his Facebook wall? And you go, oh, Jesus, it's another Friday soundbite for April, I always do this. April 11th, 2014. I hope everyone's doing well. Shit. I'm going to have to do this over. Just kidding. I don't have to start over. I had to take a stop in, see my buddy at the gas station there where I live. Had to load up on a Red Bull. And I thought I was going to have to do this over, but I don't. So, it's a Friday soundbite, everybody. I actually thought of something to talk about, and hopefully I remember it in the next couple of minutes, because it was kind of funny. Not really. It wasn't really that funny. Now that I'm thinking about the thought of it, like when I thought about it originally, it's not that funny. Great, that's great. This is a great intro. This is a great start. Well, I don't know what happened. What happened this week? I was out of pocket. Every week I start this. Every week I say, "Oh, I was so busy." This week I was extra busy. Been looking for an apartment with a couple of friends, and it can be difficult. I know some people it's a fucking layup, but not always. At least not in our case. But I'm also an idiot, so I tend to complicate things more than I need to, because I like to. It makes things interesting. I've been driving all over the place. Yesterday, oh Jesus, I was trying to get there. It's a place in Medford, and I drove all the way. I drove past the exit, went down to Sir Drive, had to turn around at King's Corner, or Charles MGH. My phone was dying. Hadn't sent the other guys the address yet. It's a pain in the ass. And I'm blaming traffic. There was traffic yesterday, so not entirely my fault. So back off, all right? Take it easy. Hey, it's Friday. Relax, okay? You're getting worked up. Calm down. I'd tell you to have a drink, but it's only 6 in the morning. Maybe at the time of you listening to this, it's time to have a drink. Then have one. So I got lost like a dipshit, but that only prolonged the afternoon. So that's that. Mad Men is back on Sunday. If you don't watch Mad Men, and you're my friend, actually I was going to say then don't talk to me, but I just realized that most of my friends don't watch Mad Men. So I'd lose most of my friends. And that's not good. Don't want to lose them. Well, Mad Men's starting up. If you don't watch it, it sucks. You should watch it. I think it's the best show ever. Best drama ever. Seinfeld's the best. I would say Seinfeld's the best comedy, the best sitcom, but I also think Seinfeld's the best show. Just the best show. I think it was that good where it can take a run for that title. 1 second, try not to get in a car accident. I haven't seen Breaking Bad though, so I feel bad. I gotta watch that. Everyone said that was greatest. So, I don't know. Walter White, I mean, what the hell is this Hal from Malcolm in the Middle, you know? Not gonna go into a diatribe about Breaking Bad because it's, that was months, pretty much years ago. But yeah, watch Mad Men. I'm pumped. Don Draper. Old fashions, suits. Except new seasons now. It's not really like that. Last season. I kind of, for a show that I really like, I'm kind of glad it's in its last season. I guess they're breaking it in two, which is always a pain in the ass when they do that with any show. And they don't add at least like 4 shows or something. It's one thing if you're going to break the season in half, fine, but at least add, a decent amount of shows to make up for that break, But anyway, I'm kind of glad it's ending because it's getting near the end. I mean, what else can you do? It's a show that's supposed to be about early 1960s, all that fun shit. Pretty much the entire 60s, I'm personally glad I didn't grow up in the fucking 60s. I know a lot of people have a nostalgic view of the 60s in the sense that, it was free love and drugs and we had to put up with all the other shit, it was America's serious growing pains, the 60s. Everybody was standing up saying something, which, you need to. Definitely needed to happen, but I don't know, I would have been tired. I just look at it and I get tired, like, just exhausted, thinking about all the stuff that happened. I couldn't imagine being, like, president. They said that Richard Nixon kind of went loopy a little bit at the end, or maybe he was always loopy. Can anyone blame him? I mean, end of the Vietnam War. I mean, civil rights, yeah. It was more kind of with Johnson. But still, he was involved, the protests of Vietnam and everything. That's enough to turn you old and gray. I was talking about that the other day. Old and gray and being in the White House. You look at some of those presidents. I mean, goddamn. Look at Barry. He looked like a young spring chicken when he started. Now he's like old man Winters. Same thing with Bush. Damn. And I think that always shows that, no matter how much you dislike the president, if they age in 4 years like they all do, that means they obviously they care and they got a lot to do and they're trying. You know what I mean? If Obama really didn't give a shit, he probably wouldn't look like he's aged 10 years. 15. It doesn't look, 15 years in 6 years. So, you cut him a little bit of slack there. Yeah, I won't go into politics, but yeah, man, 60s. I don't know. I don't think I could handle it. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'll man up and say, maybe I couldn't handle the 60s. Maybe the 60s would have kicked my ass. I just don't see an appeal to, Woodstock, even though Jimi Hendrix could shred. That, he could play the fucking guitar. I don't even know why I'm laughing. I'm tired. It's my standard second cop out of the blog or the podcast. I'm tired. The first one, I was too busy this week to look at the news. AKA, I'm an asshole and didn't write anything down to talk about. And B, I'm tired. Some dude just honked at someone walking. What an asshole. Poor lady. There was a nurse. She was good looking. She got honked at. That sucks. It's 6:40 in the morning. What the fuck? I guess it doesn't matter what time of day, though. People are always on the lookout. I'm really all over the place today on this one, huh? Shit. Sports world. I didn't talk about the Bruins last week. And goddamn. I mean, they're first in the East, handedly first in the East. I don't know what their chances are of winning the regular season. And winning the, I forget the trophy for most wins in a regular season. Shit. President's Trophy? President's Cup? President's Trophy? I don't know. Maybe not that. I know I'm pretty sure, and again, one of my diehard hockey fan friends can pour a beer on my head and correct me later. Prince of Wales is for winning the Eastern Conference. I don't know but that could be for regular season. Anyway, they're kicking ass. Well, they're kind of slumping a little bit, but they're resting everybody, so that's good. They lost the other night in a shootout with Coyotes, but Ginla and Krejci. I think Ginla and Krejci didn't play. and I don't think it was serious. And I just heard all this in passing, so relax. If I'm fucking this up totally messing this up, then fine. Say something. Anyway, I don't think they were injured, so. I went to a Sox game on Wednesday. Oh, okay, this is what I remembered. Wanted to talk about. Oh man, it just came back. Thank God. I was getting worried. Went to the Sox game on Wednesday with work, and it kind of, it was fun, but it sucks in terms of it was Wednesday. I had a few beers, had a few drinks, but you couldn't, go. You didn't want to go all out because it's Wednesday. You got to go to work Thursday and Friday. Would have been better if it was Thursday or even Friday, but it was still fun. You can't complain and go to a game, right? But we sat in the bleachers in the way back center field. I've never sat there before, and I'm not saying that because I'm a snob, so fuck you and your judgment. I've just never sat back there. So we sat back there. We were behind a bunch of, I thought were college kids, ended up being just high school kids. And that makes you feel old. You're talking to like a 17-year-old. It's like, oh, I'm almost 10 years older than you. That's insane. But we were sitting behind them. They were rowdy as fuck. It was all right, though. At first I was pissed off, but then I'm like, it's a Wednesday game in April. What do you want? We started talking to the kids. It made me think, though. It made me really think for the first time how much a fucking asshole I was when I was a teenager. And not like, not in sense of I wasn't, breaking laws or anything. My friends and I weren't doing anything really heinous. We just think of like all the times you were obnoxious. And you try and think, what the fuck was I thinking? And you can you remember it. You kind of remember it. You go, you're like, whatever. I'm going to live forever. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know if I ever said I'm going to live forever and then did whatever I did. But they were fucking going nuts. And I was talking to one of them. It was actually a cool shit. And, they were having a great time. They're talking about going to college. The colleges, they were all going to different colleges. Good for them. I told them to live it up. I tell everybody to live it up. I even tell older people to live it up, though. That's like my go-to advice for anybody. Live it up. It's pretty good. I mean, you might as well live it up. But told them that. They liked it. I said, go have fun in college because when you get out, you're going to have a shitload of debt and there's going to be no jobs. I kept that one to myself, but can't be crushing dreams at a Red Sox game on Wednesday. I was going to say Sunday, Wednesday afternoon. Just not kosher. Sox won. We left a little early, and I'm pissed because we went down to a bar nearby, a bar in Lansdowne Street, dude. And Poppy smacked a home run in the 8th, and the 3-run homer, and that's how they won. So I was a little pissed off that we left, but hopefully we'll get out to Fenway again. Get out there for another game. There was another thing. There was a alcohol compliance person. I don't know. That made sure that you weren't too drunk, and she was watching my boss, and that was pretty hilarious. Even though he wasn't bad, he was goofing around. But that'd be a hell of a job. I wouldn't be good at it. I'd be giving everyone the benefit of the doubt. I'd be like, they're all right. It's like they just burned that car. They just flipped that car over. I'm like, they're having fun, all right? They're living. Right before they did that, I said, live it up. So, that's your job, though. Walk around Fenway. Or how about the cop the cop that stuck his hands up during the ALCS when we were playing Detroit, and what's his name went ass over tea kettle into the bullpen. I was watching him. And he's like, eating peanuts. He's watching the crowd, though. He was doing his job, and he's probably been doing it for a while. But how the hell, how do you get that detail? You got to put in some. I imagine you got to put in some serious work to work to get that. Work in the bullpen. as a cop. And I know you got to have them there in case someone runs on the field. You can just arrest them. But, and, you know, how many games does that happen? There's 81 games, 82 games, 81 games, home games. How's that? You probably have to tackle maybe like 2 or 3 people the whole time. Maybe up to 5. I need to do that job. I should have ran on the field and asked him how he got that job as he was arresting me. I think that would have been a good idea. And, well, that was the game. That's another thing. I thought it was funnier than it actually was. See, I need to fucking write shit down. It's a hell of a lot easier when you take a couple notes. Trust me. I don't know what I'm asking you to trust me for, but just trust me. Also, another thing that I'm going to have to bitch real quick, even though it's Friday and I hate bitching on Fridays. I think Friday should be reserved for good times. But there's traffic. Like, I walked out the door at 6:30, and I'm getting stuck in fucking traffic. Like, where the fuck, as my old man says, and he dropped me off at the airport a couple times for work. He's like, where the fuck are these people going? And then that was at like 5 in the morning. It'd be like bumper-to-bumper traffic at like 5:20 in the morning. And the thought is, where are they going? Of course, you don't add yourself in that equation because you're, driving to the airport. You don't drive to the airport all the time. But where the fuck are these people going? And also what sucks is, with going on a tangent about traffic, it only takes like one dipshit to fuck everything up. Like on the highway, it just takes one moron not paying attention to rear end somebody. Shit happens. I shouldn't be judging. But, and that totally throws everything off. And it's not so much the accident that happens. It's the people driving by that can't take their fucking eyes off it. They called it a gawker blocker, dude. I mean, the one thing what always was craziest is when you see traffic on the other side of the highway because there's an accident on your side. Even if the accident on your side isn't even that bad, you look on the other side and there's traffic. Like, it's backed up. It's like, you know why? Because fucking people are slowing down looking. And that started because maybe 2 or 3 people slowed down a little bit to look. Then the next thing you know, you're like, well, I'm stuck in traffic driving by it. I might as well look. Then it's mayhem. I don't think society was meant to be like that. Traffic. One more thing I guess I'll cover is the Malaysian airliner. I mean, that's old news. I'm pretty sure they found the black boxes in the Indian Ocean. That was my guess. I'm not going to say I predicted anything. My guess is that it crashed in the Indian Ocean. And you look back now, hindsight, always 20/20. But you look back now and you think, what the fuck were some of these newscasts? Like one guy, like the black hole. The guy mentioned could it have been it's insane when you think about that. Or other people saying that another plane could have flown up behind it. They could have changed codes. I could see if maybe like the plane was hijacked. That was a theory that it went somewhere. Maybe. Even that one, again, hindsight 20/20. Because the 747 is a fucking big plane with a lot of people. Those things, you can't just land those without someone noticing that coming into your neighborhood. Okay, even if you live near an airport. Well, I guess if you live near an airport, you wouldn't know. But I mean, you couldn't fly it into any regular airport because they would be like, "Who the fuck are you?" They'd ask for clearance or some shit. So, crash in the Indian Ocean. Sounds pretty bad, unfortunately. And I was wondering though, if you're one of the family members, you get some sort of closure, but would you prefer that the plane was still like it had disappeared, like they couldn't find it, and it had genuinely disappeared, like it may have landed in another country or something, and your loved one could be being held hostage or something? Is that better, or because they're alive? Or is it better now that, not that they're dead, never better that they're dead, I guess, but I mean, that there's closure, that you're like, okay, they weren't hijacked, they're not somewhere being tortured, or they're just genuinely, it was an accident. I mean, think about that, guys. I guess I'd rather have them be not knowing where they were and being held hostage. I don't know. What the hell do I know? That's the end of that. Certainly, I'll go down in history as one of the more interesting aspects of recent flight. So, shall we say, down by the bay. And, holy shit, 20 minutes. I've been talking about bullshit, ramblings like an asshole for 20 minutes. I guess we'll end it there. Can't think of anything else. Again, that's my third line. I can't think of anything else. Fuck. So, can't think of anything else. I'm tired. I didn't read the news this week. Even though I yell at you guys all the time for not reading the news if you don't read the news. And if you don't read the news, fuck you. Alright, have a good Friday. I'll talk to you whenever. Share this, don't share it. Comment, tell me I suck. Tell me I'm okay. I don't know. Do something. Have a drink. It's Friday.